Welcome to the Jam On It Sportsplex in Henderson, Nevada. This was not how they drew it up for the 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open, but high winds in the area forced the tournament to come indoors, and we are happy to bring you day 2 of our coverage of the 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open. We're going to be bringing you 3 matches in our live coverage here today, and we're glad to have you along. Dave Benz joined by Melissa McCurley of pickleballtournaments.com, Mark Renison with Third Shot Sports, and Melissa, this was a necessary move. They had to move this tournament indoors. It's made it a little bit more slow going today, but it was the right move.
It was the right move. The winds proved that they would have been an issue over at the Plaza. We planned 2 days ago to have an indoor place to come, and it's worked out perfectly.
Mark, how different is it to play on an indoor surface versus the outdoor rooftop surface that we saw yesterday and all week long?
Well, it's like night and day. You're going to see longer points. The players are using a softer ball out here, so expect longer rallies and players really working hard out there.
Let's talk about this tournament big picture, because it has been a huge success. The number of entrants this year just about double what it was a year ago, Melissa.
They did double. Very impressive. Another 5-day event that couldn't have been worked out better here at the Plaza.
And Mark, how much of a destination is Las Vegas for pickleball players?
Oh, it's been great. People love it because you get to combine a sport you love playing, some competition, and some fun on the side.
And we are thrilled to be associated with Pickleball Channel for our live broadcast, and that means, of course, Rusty Howes. And Rusty doing a little bit of investigative reporting because of the weather. Let's check in with him.
Hey, it's Rusty from Pickleball Channel, and I'm on the roof of the courts, and obviously it's pretty windy. There's no one here because the location's been switched to another destination in Henderson. The challenge with the tournament director on any outside venue is what happens with the weather. Could be rain, could be wind, all sorts of stuff. It's already gotten pretty windy. You can see some banners and chairs were even knocked over. It's supposed to get up to about 30 miles an hour today, and gusts will exceed that, and that's pretty hard to play pickleball in. So in this scenario, instead of canceling the whole day, the tournament directors were able to find an off-site location, move the tournament for 1 day indoors. Volunteers came out, they set up nets, they lined courts, and games are going to continue. And when it comes to pickleball, like we always say, keep on playing.
The 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open is brought to you by the Plaza Hotel and Casino, the place to be downtown. By Highlands Leg Cramps, stop your cramp, not your game. And by ilovepickles.org, we relish pickleball. Welcome back to Jam On It Sportsplex in Henderson, Nevada, everybody, as we are set to bring you the gold medal match here in the mixed doubles pro division of the 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open. And you just saw a few moments ago on our live stream, Ben Johns and Cahterine Parenteau advance, and they will take on Callie Smith, who you're getting a good look at right there, along with her teammate Adam Stone, as they try to win gold here in Las Vegas. And we are officially underway in this best of 3 gold medal match. And again, because this is the gold medal match, and because Callie Smith and Adam Stone have not lost yet today, they actually would have the benefit of a 4th game if they needed it. So in essence, it's, well, we'll get to that as we continue on, but 2 out of 3 is what we're looking at to begin this match.
Yeah, and it was Adam and Callie who put Ben and Cahterine into the opportunity bracket earlier today.
Well-placed shot there by Ben Johns, who changed his shirt and his hat during the stoppage. So 0-2-1 now. Smith and Stone come out of the gates firing, building that early 2-point lead. John's attacking Stone, and Stone puts it into the net. Adam Stone out of Houston, Texas.
But he lived 9 years in my hometown, Tyler, Texas. He's a tennis coach for the University of Tyler in Texas. So
Division II team.
Yeah, so we had some, we share some Texas roots.
The amazing note, and I'm gonna thank Rusty Howes of Pickleball Channel, who did yeoman's work in getting some background information on some of these players to me. I did not know this, and I don't know if you know this. Adam Stone, a professional poker player for over a decade.
Oh. Well, no, I guess I have not heard that from Adam.
I may have seen him at the tables at the
Perhaps that explains
At
why
the
he's
Plaza
feeling.
Hotel and Casino.
Yeah, maybe that's why he's feeling so at home here in Vegas.
Yeah. See, Patty Spence Hannah is watching on Facebook, and Patty sounds like she's a new player asking for some tips on scoring. So Patty, the game's to 11. You got to win by 2. That's best 2 out of 3. You can only actually score a point when your team is serving. So if you win the rally when the other team is serving, it then goes to their partner for the second server. And once both servers have lost, then it's a side out and the other team serves and tries to score.
And a shot there by Callie Smith, well long. So 3-1-2 as it moves to the second server, Adam Stone.
So watch for that. Oh, that's too tough off this temporary net. That ball will often dribble over. Watch Callie Smith. We see her in the gray tank top. Watch especially her backhand volley. There are not many women out there who put so much power on this one-handed backhand volley that she's got. It's really quite something. We know how much Parenteau. Oh, that's going to be a kitchen. Ooh, not quite. Almost a kitchen violation there from Parenteau. She's able to stay out of it. Of course, when you play that volley, if your momentum ever takes you into the non-volley zone after, it's considered a fault.
I'm looking forward to seeing Callie play. Some folks are asking about background. Certainly I know Adam's got some tennis background. Do you know about Callie, Mark? What her background is? Any racket sport at all?
Well, Callie played at the University of Utah. She played tennis. And in fact, when Callie first was introduced to pickleball, she said, no way. She was a tennis snob, wanted nothing to do with pickleball. Finally got on the court with her husband's grandfather and promptly lost 11-0, 11-0 in 2 games and thought, you know what, there's something more to this game. After she was embarrassed by players twice her age, said, you know what, maybe I need to give this another look. And now she's playing for gold here in Las Vegas.
No, that's a great story. Thank you, Dave. You were busy.
Well, I'm going to give Rusty Howes most of the credit on that. So 3-2-2. And it will change sides and go to 2-3-1.
We have referee Coke Schaefer officiating this match. She has been here at the Las Vegas Open all week, as have many other certified refs refereeing every match in this USAPA sanctioned event.
One other note on Callie Smith, her first medal as a pro came about 1.5 years ago, and she won it while she was pregnant. John's showing the power and finesse as he's able to keep it in.
Yeah, Ben is looking a lot more himself in this match right now. Looks focused, looks fairly loose on the court, and really aggressively going after those balls that are just a little bit too high.
So knotted up at 3 apiece.
It's a good counter-attack by Adam Stone right there. His backhand is quite strong as well. You'll only see him hit one-handed backhands, and can generate quite a lot of speed off of that left side.
3-3-2 now. Those of you who are just tuning in, if you're wondering why we are inside at Jam On It Sports, it's because the wind conditions here in Las Vegas were unplayable for the rooftop at the Plaza Hotel and Casino. Gusts nearing 40 miles per hour today.
Yeah, and we got some pictures of what the championship court looked like over there, and you could tell the wind had paid it a visit.
Adam Stone puts it away.
So it's a great example right there of how dynamic it is when you watch high-level pickleball players switching sides on the fly, chasing down balls that go out wide. And we saw it blocked around the post there. It's a great point.
Parenteau showing some power. Three, 3-3-2. Callie Smith on the serve.
Whoops. So you know what's funny is Ben didn't even mean to hit that ball at Adam Stone. That ball would have gone a mile out into the stands. There's Callie's baby we take a look at. Watching mom out there.
So cute.
A little exchange going on there. Mark, you took off your headset. Were you able to pick up any of that?
Yeah, so I think what it was that, like I said, that ball, typically when pros get high balls, they're not trying to hit the other people. They're trying to hit the ball down into the ground. And that ball that Ben hit sat up much higher than he wanted to, but Adam wasn't able to get out of the way in time. And they were just having a little exchange to make sure that, you know, there was nothing personal about that smash.
Smith hits it out, although it is not necessarily a bad idea strategically if you can hit it off the body of your opponent. Might not be well received.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely part of pickleball, but the thing is when you get the high ball, especially players of this caliber, they are typically able to put that ball down into the ground. If you get a high ball and you hit it hard at someone's chest, or in that case, his upper back, that's a ball that's going out, right? So strategically, it's not actually a good place to play that ball unless you hit the opponent. So Ben knew he wasn't trying to hit there. He's trying to hit the ball down, just didn't get quite the right paddle angle on it.
Parenteau wisely lets that one go, and it moves it to a 5-3 advantage. 5-3-2 here in game one, this best of three.
So there's been a few times here, you saw how far out wide Ben got pulled on that backhand side. I'm interested to see whether Smith and Stone continue to use that pattern where they hit a few balls in a row to the right side where Cahterine Parenteau is, drawing Johns over to the middle like you see here, and then exposing that left side of the court. And that's why Ben was covering that much room, because he can generate so much speed, creates opportunities to get a high ball. You're going to see Ben switching, I think, here to the left side after the return.
3-5-2. Now the serve will head back over to Johns and Parenteau. Johns and Parenteau coming out of the losers, or as Melissa McCurley likes to say, opportunity bracket. They, in essence, need to win 3 games to try and win gold, whereas Smith and Stone need to only win 2.
And I like to call it the opportunity bracket because that's what it is. You still have an opportunity to win the whole thing.
Cahterine Parenteau, a good counterattack here. She's going to be happy with that on the backhand side. Struggled a little bit earlier in previous matches, but right now she's looking like she's timing that ball well.
Actually, Melissa, what I said about only needing to win 2, that's not even entirely accurate. They could, in theory, only win 1 game as long as it was the 3rd game, or the 4th game.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I guess it would be the 3rd game if they lost consecutive games in this match. 6-3-2.
Again, tough off the top of the net. Nothing Smith can do there with that ball. It's part of pickleball is that you know the ball is going to hit the net and come over. You've got to expect it, and that's going to force the timeout.
Timeout being taken here by Smith and Stone as they have fallen behind. 7-3-2 the score in game 1 of this gold medal match. 7-3-2, Johns and Parenteau with the advantage. And, you know, we've talked so much over the course of our time together calling matches about the advantage of coming through the winner's bracket and not having to play as much. Is there any advantage here for Johns and Parenteau that Smith and Stone have been resting and they've been playing and winning and building momentum?
Yeah, that's really always a tough one, at least, to answer, because sometimes you have got that momentum going. You've been on the winner's side, you're sitting, you're cold. We're in indoor conditions here, so like heat and that sort's not really a factor. But it's been a long day here for all of these players. Again, started at 8 o'clock this morning, and now it's 7:12 in the evening. So
that was a pretty impressive point. The gallery on hand agreeing. And it will result in the side out and the change of service, 3-7-1.
I was talking to Mark on the timeout. I really think that not stacking for Adam and Callie, I think that puts them in a vulnerable position against Cahterine and Ben. It's allowing Ben to take over a lot of the court, keeping himself in a power position.
Oh, what a well-placed shot. Johns, though, catches up to it.
He's got a lot of speed.
There's that backhand we talked about before, that counterattack ability. Callie Smith very good at generating speed off of that backhand side. You can see it right here. Good counterattack with two hands, gets that ball with some speed, and most importantly, gets that ball down.
You know, we talked about having to move the operations of the tournament here to this indoor venue, but all of this production and truck and all that had to be moved too.
Right, and Grant Garcia, we talked about the tournament director and his folks. They did a fantastic job. Let's give a little shout out to Ray Koliakovo and the rest of the crew with Digital Wave Productions who are behind the scenes making all this happen. To be able to break down the truck, get the cameras, get all the cables run over here on a short notice. Built scaffolding to put the cameras on.
Run wires. I mean, those guys, they were just doing it all.
Well,
and got it done on time.
And you know, this morning you chimed in pretty early today that the day was going to go a little bit slower than anticipated because we thought we were going to be going on the air around 3 o'clock Pacific. And I know I was with our producer Ray Koliakova at breakfast this morning when he got the message from you, and he had to alert the whole crew, hey, we're going to go a little later. Great around the post there from Ben Johns.
So you see here, Melissa, we now see Callie Smith playing on the right side of the court and Adam Stone playing on the left. So maybe during that timeout, they thought about setting up differently, getting the women cross court from each other. We'll see what happens.
Johns gets it back to a single point for the first game.
Ben Johns is so good at this sort of 1-2 counter, this 1-2 punch, right? Hitting that first ball hard, expecting it to come back and being right on top of it to put it away. Game point.
The lob answered by Callie Smith.
And we haven't really seen Cahterine do that. That was a nice change up by her.
Ooh, Ben should have let that ball go out. He knows it. Sometimes it's so tough, especially when that ball's high.
It's tantalizing.
Yeah. Well, you want to play, right?
So 4-10-1. And we'll go to 4-10-2. Tim Cruz, Deke Marshall, both chiming in with their comments about great work by the production crew. Liking the coverage. Glad you're all aboard with us here on Pickleball Channel's Facebook stream.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It does seem to me that Johns and Parenteau are picking up a little bit that Smith might actually prefer counterattacking with her backhand side. You see she's now back on the left side of the court. She's made a few forehand errors when the balls come fast at her.
Fast and furious exchange there. Now they slow it back down.
Yeah, and every piece of Ben Johns' game was working there. So this Adam and Callie certainly don't want him to stay in that zone too long.
This is the thing I love about watching pro pickleball, and I hope our viewers do too, is how quickly the pace of the ball can change, right? You can go where there's 4, 5, 6, 7 shots in a row that are hit hard, and all of a sudden there's a great drop played, which then initiates a slower game where there starts to be more dinking and those slower balls. So that ability to go back and forth, so important.
Game point, and that is just wide. So we'll move to 10-6-2. And John's now trying to serve out this first game.
This game point can be sometimes very difficult to pick up.
That's a good leave by Callie Smith. Not going for that ball that sails long.
Serve will head back over to Smith and Stone. They're not done yet in game one.
Such good defense. They needed a drop here. They got it. There we go. So that ball was almost past Adam Stone. He managed to get his forehand off of it. Impact point a little later than he'd like it to be, but he managed to handcuff Parenteau.
And this gets a little tighter at 7-10.
Yes, it does.
Ooh. Overcooked that turkey.
Yeah, it sure did.
I don't know if I've heard that one before.
Mark must be hungry.
It's a trademark. Third Shot Sports trademark. No, I mean that's like she missed the shot, but that is a good sign. If I'm Callie Smith and I'm Adam Stone, and I want her looking to attack those balls, and that means once in a while you're gonna miss them. That's okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a nice lob. Oh, it went long. I thought that was going to be a nice lob.
Yeah, he was going back to shuffling the feet and unable to get it to bounce in. Now it's back to a 2-point game. And now the serve will head back over to Johns and Parenteau. Again, a chance to serve out this game.
Look for Parenteau to hit this serve pretty hard here. Or soft.
You had a 50-50 chance. And there it is. Game one goes to Ben Johns and Cahterine Parenteau, 11-8. As they look to battle their way out of the opportunity bracket and try to take gold here in Las Vegas. One more look at game point.
Yeah, you see here, so solid at the net. Even when reaching, Parenteau's able to play a unattackable ball. And then she gets an opportunity to finish off the point.
We're going to take a timeout. Game two in this best-of-3 match coming your way after this timeout. Stay with us. The 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open is brought to you by the Plaza Hotel and Casino, the place to be downtown. By Head Footwear, the official footwear of the Pickleball Open. By Miller Lite. And by Franklin Pickleball. And back here in Henderson, Nevada, final day of the 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open, a tournament that grew by about 200% this year from last year. Roughly 600 people participating in this year's tournament. Johns and Parenteau taking that first game 11-8. Smith and Stone trying to answer here in game two.
And if you just joined us, this is the gold medal match. Ben and Cahterine are coming from the opportunity side of the bracket. So they do need to win the 2 out of 3 here to stay alive, to go to the tiebreaker.
Right, which would be a one single game to 15. And that is ruled out just long by Ben Johns.
Yeah, so Ben realizing there that he should have just changed the angle of paddle a little bit, been able to counterattack off that backhand a little more. Instead, paddle faces open and sails long.
Parenteau tries to put it away, but puts it into the net, so that'll make it 2-0 in favor of Smith Stone.
And with this being the gold medal match, we do have line judges that are here.
2-0-2. Smith and Parenteau. Now Stone gets involved.
Oh, wow. Are you
what a
kidding
shot.
me?
A
Again.
defensive effort.
Ball was in his back pocket by the time he hit it. Watch how this ball catches him off guard. It's almost behind him. And some fancy footwork there to not ball flat on his face.
So that'll make it 3-0 and now into the net. So Johns and Parenteau will take over the serve.
Looking for the backhand. Ernie, it's not there. Callie Smith wisely keeps the ball in the middle of the court.
And Callie does a good job of taking dinks out of the air. You know, I know, Mark, at least typically when I'm on the court, I know I have more success if I don't let that ball bounce, if I have the opportunity to take it out of the air.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons for that. One is when you let that ball bounce, it's more likely to land near your feet, which is a difficult ball to play. Taking the ball out of the air also means that you get an opportunity to take away time from your opponents. That being said, I am seeing more of the pros choose to let those balls bounce, sometimes even past the kitchen, in order to let that ball rise up and then maybe produce something that's a little more attackable. We see a lot of that from the mother-daughter team of Lee and Annalie Waters.
Powerful team that is.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's the more accomplished player right now, Lee or Annalie?
Well, you know, they won bronze together yesterday. You know, I would say they're both equally as accomplished.
Although that pendulum is going to continue to swing. And,
Yeah.
and there's no question that Lee is in total agreement with that thought. Annalie has such a bright future at such a young age.
She really does. She has presence beyond her years. Lee is a phenomenal player. Love to watch them both.
So I'm going to put you on the spot then, Dave.
Okay.
Why do you think Adam Stone is wearing two totally different socks?
I couldn't begin to fathom, I guess. I'm going to say superstition. Do you have an answer?
No, I don't know.
You're supposed to know the answer to the question.
Maybe that's maybe that's just a laundry mishap.
I hadn't even noticed. Now I'm curious.
Who hasn't worn two different socks at some point?
Ooh, there's an around the post.
Wow.
Look at that. He goes sliding into the stands. As one of the more acrobatic around the post shots you've seen. Watch as the ball goes a little too wide. He knows there's an opportunity. Sliding into home.
That was fantastic. Game 2 in this best of 3 for gold. Parenteau's got Stone running all over the place.
So
And then John sits it off of Stone.
Ben is so strong off that backhand side, just flicks the wrist, be able to generate a little bit of speed, a little bit of topspin on that ball. Tough to defend against.
People on the Facebook stream wanting to know more about Callie Smith, as she is a relative unknown to a lot of people, and we mentioned it at the top of this match that she has a tennis background coming from the University of Utah.
Wow.
Oh,
Somehow that got over,
Adam's defense in this game has been quite
Another
impressive.
one.
and really impressive with the defense after that around the post as well.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that.
So, I mean, this is what elite pickleball looks like, right? Is being in a really vulnerable position, finding a way to get that ball. Watch this blocked ATP, and then finding a way to neutralize to get back in the rally.
Oh, just a little mishit there by Callie.
Yeah, it's still a good read. I think that's the right play for her. She saw that attack was coming, and she's looking to do something against it. Just hit off the center of the paddle.
4-4-2. And the serve will change sides. Johns and Parenteau now looking to try and build some sort of lead.
That's so tough. This is such classic Ben Johns play. The way he hits that first ball, to not to win the point necessarily, but to give him something that is then going to sit up that he can put away. It's really well done. And players at home can really think about that themselves, as not just assuming that the shot you hit is going to win you the point, but that it in fact is going to come back.
Johns hits long. So move to 5-4-2.
Adam and Callie would definitely like to get it back here. See if they can get a couple more points on the board.
There's that backhand counter.
That was a great counter.
So the serve goes back over to Stone and Smith.
Dave Baker talking about Adam Stone and he's got game.
Carolee Carr saying there's a video clip of Callie from the Vail Open where her partner saved her from a kitchen violation by grabbing her hair braid and pulling her back.
That is Alex Hamner and Jennifer LaCour move. I saw that once at the US Open, and you can see that Callie's got quite the long braid. Quite a lot of hair to grab onto to save your partner from falling in the kitchen.
Stone tried to duplicate the slide around the post, but couldn't do it as effectively that time.
This is one of the challenges with playing indoors, is that the court can start to get a little bit slippery. Dave, you'll know this from your other career as a broadcaster for NBA basketball, is how often players between whistles, during commercial breaks, even while the game is going on, staff will come onto the court and sweep things up, get any little dust that might be out there, and sweat dried off. And we don't have that in pickleball, so you're seeing sometimes these players sliding around a little bit, because as the day goes on, the court surface changes a little bit.
Nice put away there by Stone. Well, the other thing they have with basketball, and I don't know the official name, but they have the stick pads where you walk out and you can kind of, it's sticky for the bottom of your soles of your feet.
Right.
Yeah, it could come in handy here if there was some tonight.
It's nice around the post we see here from Adam Stone.
Yeah.
You know what we see back in Canada, we play a lot of indoor pickleball, and what you'll often see at gym floors is they'll have wet towels, like damp towels, off to the side of the court. And so if you feel like your shoes are getting a little bit slippery, you can go step on those damp towels and get a little more grip.
Johns hits it into Callie Smith. And that will bring 5-5-2 now. Shot into the net there by Ben Johns. So 6-5-2 now. Smith and Stone will take the lead. This game has been nip and tuck throughout.
Yeah, so they got those couple of points, and now here they go.
I think Stone should have let that one go as it was going to head out of bounds.
He was already moving forward, prepared to take that ball with his forehand down the middle. Just too hard to pull away from.
5-6-1 is the count. Smith and Stone with the 1-point advantage.
Ben wanted that one. You can see how far over the court he's poaching, looking to use his power, looking to use his longer reach than Parenteau has. And just hits that ball a little too low.
5-6-2. Parenteau,
Wow.
nice job catching up to that, and then gets back onto the court.
Oh,
That's a makeable ball.
Credit Cahterine, though, the effort there to not only catch up to it, but then get back in position.
Yeah, she's so quick. You can never count her out, especially on these surfaces where players aren't really worried about any kind of injury, or at least not to the same extent they are on an outdoor court. The sliding is a little bit easier here. And yeah, you've got to always expect that ball is going to come back.
6-6-1. Neither team has been able to build any sort of lead here in game two.
That's a poor decision. Yeah, he knows that. That's a poor decision by Adam Stone. He said he hit to the wrong spot. I actually think that wasn't quite the right time to go for power. Look how low the ball is here. And he's not going to hurt Ben with that.
Adam Griffin chiming in on the Facebook stream saying, I thought it was an outdoor tourney. And wow, how about the power there by Ben Johns? Nothing Callie Smith could do about that one. And as they're saying in the post, we were expecting to be outdoors today, but high winds here in Las Vegas brought us inside. Six, 6-2 now.
You know, it's fun seeing Adam here in this final, and he's showing some quick hands. He actually started playing pickleball. He started with singles and has rapidly improved his doubles game, and he's not really playing singles anymore. Well defended by Callie.
Callie was ready for that.
That's such a good read to realize that Stone's dink went a little too wide, created the opportunity, and she's there to cover. And a little miscommunication helped her out to win that point.
6-6-1. Nice hustle there by Ben Johns. Nice backhand as well. This game right now looking like the kind of game that could go to be about 17-15.
I know, the point's hard to come by in this particular game. This game 2, but 2 out of 3. 2-11, win by 2.
Ooh, look at that.
John says, I'll see your power and raise you with some more.
Yeah, so it's a great counterattack from him. Look how he brings the second hand on there to defend on that backhand side. This is why it's important, actually, when you get those fastballs, to aim typically towards your opponent's forehand hip. That's a much tougher ball to defend, and going to the backhand side there, Ben was ready to answer it.
Ben seems to be getting a little bit more aggressive in this game too. And look at that.
Yeah, he seems much more like himself in this gold medal match. See a little more smiling out there, a little more relaxed, more communication with his partner. He's firing on all cylinders, so they're going to call a timeout.
And now timeout being taken by Smith and Stone. We'll take a break as well. So 8-6 in favor of Johns and Parenteau, and if they are able to finish out this game, we would go to a one-game playoff, if you will, to decide gold here in mixed doubles. And it would bring up the scenario in which Smith and Stone could potentially win gold by winning only one game.
Adam Griffin, he needs to tell us where he's from. He's wondering, why not just play through the wind?
Yeah, the wind was, it was unplayable. There's no question. Gusts were up to 40 miles per hour. There were safety concerns. In fact, Grant Garcia, the tournament director, who also works for the Plaza Hotel and Casino, said that under such conditions, they wouldn't even have the pool deck open just to let people be out there enjoying the sunshine and the pool in Vegas.
I tried.
You did?
Door was locked. No pool for me. Had to work instead.
I'm so sorry.
I like your post that you just put up, Mark.
Which one?
Right here.
That is a live video we shot earlier today on top of the Plaza Hotel.
6-8-2. Let's see if Ben continues to be aggressive like he's been showing so far here in the second game. And there it is.
Right on cue.
Oh.
That counterattack, using that second hand to generate some speed and spin off that low ball. There it is. Takes 2 tries, and then eventually gets something that is an easy put away for him.
That was like a 1-2-3 punch.
8-6-1. Make it 9-6-1. The unforced error there. Haven't seen a lot of unforced errors in this match.
No, and certainly not from Adam. Probably why he screamed out the way he did. He knows how important it is here at 9-6. Oh.
There.
And that'll bring up match point. 10-6-1.
And it won't be, well, yes, it will be match point, but it will send it to a tiebreaker, right?
It's not gold medal deciding point, but it is match point, and they were going to have a timeout first. Smith and Stone using the break to try to quell the momentum. We'll take a quick timeout as well. So here we go, match point. Parenteau trying to serve it out and get it to a one-game playoff for gold. There it is.
That is a tough backhand. Takes so much spin on that. Callie Smith can't handle it, and we get to watch some more pickleball.
We sure do. Let's get one more look at match point.
Watch how much court Ben covers. Here it comes, and he plays a heavy spinning ball with his backhand. Right there.
So straight games to decide the match, but not to decide gold. We've got a one-game playoff to 15 points to decide gold in Vegas. We'll have that for you after this quick timeout. The 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open is brought to you by the Plaza Hotel and Casino, the place to be downtown. By Highlands Leg Cramps, stop your cramp, not your game. And by ilovepickles.org, we relish pickleball. Back here in Henderson, Nevada, Jam on It Sportsplex is where we've found ourselves due to the high wind conditions here in Las Vegas. And we are just about set for this tie-breaking game. Best, or I should say first to 15 to decide the gold medal here in the mixed doubles pro division. Adam Smith, Callie Stone in the far court. Ben Johns, Cahterine, Parenteau in the near court.
And it's Callie Smith and Adam Stone.
Stone, yeah. It's Callie Smith and Adam Stone. Did I say Callie Stone and Adam Smith?
You did, you did. And I was actually paying attention.
Oh.
Yeah, so they could have taken up to 10 minutes between that 2 out of 3 and to the 1 to 15, but both teams wanted to go ahead and get right back on the court.
So what happened, to explain to people who are not in the know, that the first 2 games was part of a best 2 out of 3 match, won in straight games by Johns and Parenteau, but because Smith and Stone were coming out of the winner's bracket, that was their first match loss of the day. Now each side has lost 1 match today, so now they have this 1-game playoff to break the tie. And that return is long by Stone. So we'll go to 15 points and an early 2-0 lead here for Johns and Parenteau.
And we'll switch sides for the first team that gets to 8.
A little bit of a misfire there from Parenteau. One of the things that's different when you play indoors here, the ball that gets used is you will find that this ball really keeps its shape for the whole match. And that's a little bit different from when you play out with outdoor balls, where you do get some variation as the ball gets a little more used. So I don't think Cahterine can blame a funny bounce on that one. It was just a misjudgment on her part.
And a 3-0 advantage early here for Johns and Parenteau.
And speaking of a little variation, Johns is electing to go with like a moon ball serve.
He has thrown in a few lob serves. There, that's the spot to hit that forehand hip. He has thrown in some lob serves as a bit of a change-up. Sometimes it can be, players will start getting used to a particular rhythm as those balls get hit harder, and so they'll mix it in just the same way that a baseball pitcher might throw a bunch of fastballs and then throw in a slower one.
4-0-2, 5-0-2. What a big advantage early on for Johns and Parenteau out of the gates.
And yeah, they're just on a roll, no doubt about that. You can tell Ben's feeling it. We had talked about in game 2 of the last game that he was really taking over the game, and that continues here in this game to 15.
Ben is so good at playing that backhand dink, even when reaching, even when crossing over. He's not only able to get that ball back, but he's able to get that ball back low enough that it's tough for his opponents to attack. And it's a really distinctive shot that he hits, and players at home would do well to try to emulate it.
0-5-1, Smith and Stone trying to get on the board, and they will do just that.
Miscommunication there. Ben Johns went too far over. You could see him say afterwards to Parenteau, "My bad." He made the error there. He sort of got in her way, and
that's
another error.
He'd like to have that one back. So 2-5-1.
That's what he
Doesn't
wants to
waste
do with the
that
high ball.
opportunity.
Yeah, that's the key here is when you get that high ball to hit it down into the ground where it's virtually unreturnable. You can see that one ball that was up about thigh height, Smith was able to get it back. But the ball that's hitting the floor, untouchable. There's that backhand dink.
Oh, and that's a nice shot.
Around the post from Adams.
And you know what I've noticed about Adam is his around the post, they aren't defended. If you've noticed, I haven't seen one defended.
Watch how low this ball goes. I mean, it's so tough.
But he's had at least 3 or 4, and none of them been able to come back.
Yeah, the only ones that haven't been successful have been the ones he hasn't executed well.
That's true.
There's another one, just called wide though.
Yeah, we do have line judges here in the gold medal match.
So 4-5-2.
Shout out to some of the players that have joined us. Kyle Yates is on. Lucy Kovalova has joined us. Yoli Martinez, thanks for joining us.
Well placed shot there by Ben Johns.
See Scott Golden is there with us. Abby Brooks. Actually, the very first time that I saw Ben Johns play, Abby Brooks at the time, she had her maiden name, and they were playing, it was in Florida at Veterans Park, and I watched these two play, and I thought, I have never seen someone hit a pickleball so hard on their serve. And I asked her who that was, and said, oh, his name's Ben. So that was probably 5 years ago now.
Wow. Wow, what a shot.
Ben has such a great feel, not only is he great at executing the shots, he's got a great feel for when to try and change up the game.
Yeah, he really does change up in consistency, and you know he's really he is in his game, in his moment. Has been since game 2.
It's a nice counterattack here we see by Callie Smith on that backhand side, getting it back with speed. Parenteau can't hang on.
So 6-4-2. And now we'll go to 4-6-1.
Wow, so
Smith
that 5-0 run was it didn't last long, did it?
Smith and Stone have scored 4 of the last 5 points in this tie-breaking game. Again, they will go to 15.
That's a nice rolling backhand, another sort of patented shot from Ben. Rolls that backhand with speed and topspin, sets up a high ball that he's able to capitalize on.
Robert Merriweather, thanks for staying up past your bedtime on a Saturday night. One might wonder why your bedtime's so early on Saturday.
Even if he's on the East Coast, it's only 10:50.
I know.
There's that forehand hit. That is such a difficult spot to defend against. You saw it hit Callie Smith's hand. When you're aiming at your opponent's forehand hip, a backhand isn't really a great way to defend, and neither is a forehand. So it's a really terrific spot to aim for when you're trying to hit with speed.
6-5-1. Did just land in.
And this is where Ben has himself in the entire point. He's done a great job of doing that.
7-5-1. One more point by Johns and Parenteau, and they will switch sides.
Yeah, and this is where I just don't understand. I don't understand Adam and Callie in this position at all, with Callie on the left side of their court. So here goes Ben. He's going to look to put himself in the entire point, and here it goes.
When they're clearly going at one player like that, Mark, how hard is it to stay engaged if you're Adam?
It can be a little bit tougher, but you see him, look at him sort of leaning over, you can see him watching. Notice that he's not following, he's not moving with her. This is something that you don't typically see from the pros, is they don't always move with their partner. What they do is they trust that their partner is going to play a sufficient dink, and so what you'll see, and we'll see a few more points in a moment, is that the players will hold their position when their partner is chasing that ball.
The unforced error gets us to the side change. We'll take a quick break. So 8-5 in favor of Johns and Parenteau.
And we saw a really good, before they switched sides here, a really successful strategy in isolating a single player. Sometimes that's tough to do, especially at this level, but Ben and Cahterine are doing an excellent job.
That's going to be long on the return by Parenteau, so it will move to 8-5-2. Oh, Parenteau with the quick hands.
There's that two-handed backhand. Again, with that backhand and with that second hand there, it's a little bit easier to defend than if it's on that forehand hip, but from that angle, Adam Stone hitting from the right side of the court is not an easy way to expose the forehand hip.
Here we go. This is that opportunity for isolation that we talked about in the last set of point rally.
Johns finishes it off, so 10-5. Now a 5-point cushion, just 5 points away from gold.
Yeah, so if Smith and Stone want any chance to win this point, one of two things has to happen. Either Callie Smith has to find some way to resist the pressure, to sort of hang in there, to be able to handle it and be able to counterattack herself, or Stone has to find a way that they can't get that ball to her quite as often.
They do break serve, so they will get it back now, 5-10-1.
She hit a ball that was going out. She knows it.
Yeah, she did, and that was tough, though, because she was coming back into the court. That was going to be hard to lay off that one. I know she wishes she could.
5-10-2. The margin for error is really slipping away, and now Johns and Parenteau getting the serve back, already with a 5-point advantage. And this tie-breaking game to 15.
So you see him pressing a little too much here. I was talking about those two options that Stone and Smith have. One is to start to attack a little bit more so they can't get the ball where they want, but that will often lead to errors in judgment like we saw there from Stone.
Smith and Stone want another timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. So 11-5 in favor of Johns and Parenteau. Smith and Stone hoping that timeout can change momentum. And it does, at least for the moment.
I want to do a shout out to Randy Coleman. He's been helping us this week with taking some stats of what's going on the court, as well as making sure that we communicate well between the referees and the production crew and the players, just so everyone's on the same page.
Also known as the Pickleball Voyager.
Unforced error there by Callie Smith. You can see the frustration. She tried to kick the ball, and now it's 12-5-2. 3 points away from gold. And Johns would love to come up with gold after falling short yesterday in the men's doubles gold medal match along with Kyle Yates, and they are 2 points away now. And here it is, championship point. And Johns hoping to close it out right here. And instead, it's going to be one last gasp for Smith and Stone. The side out will get them back to serve. But they are in a huge hole.
Oh, that ball would have gone out.
Oh, off the net, and it lands in, so make it 5-14-2.
That is a tough return.
And a
So
tough smash right there, and now a chance again to serve for the championship. And there it is.
Too tough. Wow.
Ben Johns and Cahterine Parenteau come out of the opportunity bracket and win 3 consecutive games against Smith and Stone to claim gold here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, what a good low ball they played here. They kept with their strategy of isolating Smith until finally that ball was up just a bit too high. And again, Ben is so good on that counter attack.
So a championship for Ben Johns and Cahterine Parenteau, and we are gonna award some hardware and hear from the winners after this quick timeout. Stay with us from Vegas. The 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open is brought to you by the Plaza Hotel and Casino, the place to be downtown. By Head Footwear, the official footwear of the Pickleball Open. By Miller Lite. And by Franklin Pickleball. And welcome back here to Henderson, Nevada, Jam On It Sportsplex, where we had just saw a fantastic finish to the mixed doubles pro division. And Johns and Parenteau winning 3 consecutive games and in decisive fashion get themselves the gold medal. And we are awaiting the gold medalists, and here they are, and we are ready to make a presentation. And Grant Garcia, who is the tournament director, is here, and he's got the medals and he's got the all-important prize money. The prize money being put up not only by the Plaza Hotel and Casino, but also by Head, the official footwear of the Las Vegas Pickleball Open. And Ben, let's begin with you. Yesterday, I know it was frustrating for you. You and Kyle, you were right there. You couldn't get through, but you atoned for it today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a loss in the final always stings. So I was hoping to come back today with a win. And you know, adverse conditions here, coming in indoors from usual outdoor. I've actually never played indoors before, so this was quite a new experience. And then, of course, Cahterine was awesome, and it's really awesome to win with her.
Yeah, and Cahterine, how tough was it for you two? Because you lost early today, and you had to battle your way back, and you were so decisive in that championship round.
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough. Like Ben said earlier, you know, the transition from playing outdoor to indoor, it was kind of a struggle at first, and then so we lost to Callie and Adam, and he played awesome. And so like, okay, after that match, I was just like, come on, Ben, we gotta get that gold. So we're gonna play, you know, our hearts out, and we did awesome. So it was a struggle, but we got it.
Coming from Montreal, I'm guessing you've played indoor before.
Yes, I did. I actually started playing on this kind of surface, so I'm used to it, but I guess not enough, right? You have to play a few more days before you actually play indoor.
And Ben, with some success indoor, do you see yourself playing some indoor in the future a little more?
Well, you know, I'll do it again. I'm not gonna look for more tournaments like this, but yeah, you know, it turned out well, so I have no problem with it.
All right. Well, guys, congratulations on winning gold. It was impressive, especially to see the way you dominated in that championship round. We're going to take another timeout, but don't go anywhere. Much more to come from the 2019 Las Vegas Pickleball Open after this timeout.